After the coaching change, the Neighbors went net front on the top unit. Kyrou speeding in, backhand score! St. Louis is on the board by Jaden Schwartz. Work back to the line, here's Falk, moves it on for Broberg, a shot, score! This game is tied! Well, we've got a tie game here in the second. Look out, and now picked off, Kyrou in alone, Jordan Kyrou scores! Broberg snaps it ahead. It's 2-on-1 for St. Louis. Kyrou, Buchnevich, a pass. They score! Falk moves it for Kyrou, who was calling for it. Move for Thomas in the circle. Drop for Falk. A wrister. Score! Now Braden Shen weaving through center. In over the line. Parayko joins. Score! Shen wins it!
He was buzzing in that first game against the Avalanche. He looked really good.
Here comes Kyrou. Nice pass, Buchnevich. Great move, backhander, and he scores! By Buchnevich, rejected. And now Thomas. Back to Falk, onto Kyrou. And across, and they score! Buchnevich! And then Nick Waugh trying to bang it in. Blues turn it the other way. Buchnevich ahead. Thomas, breakaway, shoots, he scores! Thomas into the top corner. What a shot!
Well, the shots are almost even in terms of shots on net. 22-21 in favor of St. Louis, but 62-45 as Joseph moves in, shoots, and scores!
Blues get some fresh bodies on the ice. Hofer, good pass ahead to Broberg. Into the zone. Neighbors tips it. He scores! Neighbors!
In this case, to try and have the call made. Here comes Jake Evans trying to press his way through. He does. Got it back for Josh Anderson. Tipped it wide. Mailloux scores! Logan Mailloux gets the shot, and it's into the back of the net for his first NHL goal.
And he steals the puck. Shen. And away from Chatfield in front. At the line, Pio Joseph to Shen. Matthew Joseph turns. He scores! Here's Neighbors turning with the puck. Neighbors shoots, and he scores! To Matthew Joseph and Holloway. Both have great speed. Drop pass to Broberg. He's got really good speed. Here he comes in front. Holloway, a shot, and he scores! Holloway! His first goal as a St. Louis Blue.
Centerman in the NHL.
And to think there's a question mark that maybe he may not be able to play if the wrist wasn't nice. There's a goal.
Hughes Suter, and it's 6-2.
Looking for Broberg, he was covered. Now Kyrou stopping and starting, now finds Broberg, shoots, and he scores! Broberg from the point, a blast! 35 to go in the power play, wide open, Holloway shoots, and he scores! Holloway, wide open! And the Blues a power play goal. Now Buchnevich on the forecheck, two Leafs there, Kyrou in front, Texier shoots, and he scores! Texier! His first goal is a Blue, and it's a big one. What a play by Neighbors to break it up, and the Blues have a two-man break. 2-on-1, Neighbors in. Wade shoots, he scores! Jake Neighbors with a rocket by Minnesota. And if there was ever a time for the Blues to get one, but Holloway will get one, I think he will. And Holloway, an empty net goal, and that should seal the deal here in Toronto. Trying to get to the front, drops it off for Suter. He shoots it, tipped on goal, puck loose there, Holloway, and they score! Holloway, I believe, jammed it in. And now knocked down by the wily veteran. Suter ahead to Shen with Saad. Again, numbers. Here's Shen right in on goal. And a save by Montembeault. Center, Neighbors, and he scores!
Now Chatfield with a drive, and that was kicked away by Lagan. Here's a lead pass. Sprong trying to get loose. Out comes Kochetkov. Sprong gets around him. Sprong centers. Chance for Suter. Scores!
Cross. Bolden shoots it. Off an Ottawa stick. A minute to go in the power play. Back door, and they score. One-timer. Off the wall, gets it. Now Broberg a pass. Right in front, rebound. They score! Walker off the bench in the net. 39-year-old Suter. Walker on the ice here for the Blues. Now Nathan Walker. Back of the line, Parayko, and he scores! And Dylan Holloway knocks it down and skates it ahead. Had 2 goals against the Leafs last week. Shot, they score! Baby off Shen! Pushes one on to Holloway. He pulls up, good pass back. Now across Parayko, shoots, and he scores! What a bomb by Parayko! And now Parayko, center ice, Buchnevich with an empty net. He waits, and he scores! Empty netter!
And the Canucks send the puck down into the San Jose zone. Now it squirts right in front. Here's Höglander, drops, and a shot, they score! Pius Suter off a drop pass from Nils Höglander. Now it's Garland coming out, feeds back, Soucy shoots, blocker saved by Blackwood. Now centering pass, Suter scores! Pius Suter, his second of the game, with 26 seconds to go.
And then Bolduc for Kessel, unloads it, rebound, they score! Sundqvist, the rebound! First shot wide, now Walker back of the goal. Nathan Walker and Fox in front. Toropchenko shoots, and he scores! Top corner! Suter flops it back to center. Then Saad to Schenn, 2-on-0 break. To Kyrou, he scores! What a play! On Schmaltz, and the Blues come back with numbers. Neighbors at the line. In front, Parayko, waiting, shoots, he scores! Parayko! And then Kyrou. Leaves it for Buchnevich in the slot to Kyrou. Shoots, he scores! Kyrou! What a shot!
Under a minute to go, Hughes trying to get a tip from Pettersson there. Pettersson on the rebound to the side, and the Canucks score as Pius Suter put that one home.
Buchnevich, goal line. Back to Buchnevich. And he waits. Looking for Kyrou in the slot. Gets it there. Rebound. They score! And the Blues win it. Back for Perunovic. This side to Texier. Goal line. In front, Saad. Backdoor. Sundqvist. Empty netter. Another power play goal.
Try to fire one back. Branson gets the puck to the left point. Around for JT Miller. Doesn't appear hampered at all by that injury early in the game. And Suter scores!
Good keep of the line. Lamoureux took a hit there from Kotkaniemi. Bouncing puck in front. Chance set and a goal! And it's Nick Bjugstad! And it's 1-0 Utah! And now Keller out of the corner. Keller tries to work into the front. A stop and a rebound. They score! And it's Nick Bjugstad! And Delta Center is on its feet!
Falk gives an extra shove for Beck Malenstein as those two collided. Kyrou drops. Buchnevich scores! Tied at 2.
Kept in by Falk. Tipped by Toropchenko. Fox in front. Walker shoots. He scores! Walker has tied the game at 2. And here he comes. Parayko ahead for Schenn. Had the overtime winner in Seattle. Comes in. Shoots. He scores! What a wicked shot by Schenn. Now Buchnevich to Neighbors in the slot. Checked by Blake. And at the line, Falk kept it alive. Kyrou checks it right back. In on goal. A shot. They score!
Right now, Nicky, or is that an old school one you've heard?
I dug really deep into my pocket and found that one in the dictionary.
Keller to Schmaltz!
Yes, there it is!
Nick Bjugstad might have gotten a piece of it.
Thomas has it. This is the man they want with the puck, with the man advantage. Quarterbacking the power play up top. Buchnevich in front. Score!
As the Blues win the face-off and hammer it in. Askarov back to the goal. In front, they score! Nathan Walker, 11 seconds in. Now Buchnevich, hard pass for Thomas. And he drops it off. P.O. Joseph, tough angle, right in front, they score!
Shot by Carcone. Well, Carcone might get another look here. Sets it up out high and a goal, and they score on the power play. And Michael Kesselring with that rocket of a shot. It's 3-1. It might have been deflected in front.
And now Robert Thomas. He goes low, Buchnevich in front, and they score! Jake Neighbors! Goal mouth feed, and a power play goal. And Zibanejad back to get it. In there on the forecheck, Schenn. Here's Schenn trying to get in front to Kyrou. A shot, he scores! Kyrou from the slot. And now ahead to Perunovic, has a man ahead. That's Schenn, he's got a partial break. Schenn shoots, he scores! What a shot by the captain! All the draws he has taken the last couple of years, just experience. An empty net for the Blues. Buchnevich will waltz in, and that will do it. Spent 5 years behind the Leafs bench. Of course, he lost to Montgomery's Bruins last year in the first round. Here's Buchnevich to Thomas. Shoots. He scores! And it ends up back of the goal. Halla there. Stripped of the puck by Holloway. Blues get it again. Holloway right in front. Shoots. He scores! Holloway! And looks for some help there. Pass to the slot. Ends up to Suter. Around for Parayko. Shoots it. Hard shot. Save. Another shot. They score!
Broken up by Beauvillier. Ran into his own teammate, Tomasino. Puck to the blue line. Quinn Hughes gets it. Dishes across. Here's a shot. Score! Hughes Suter off the bench. He knocks his man down. Puck thrown back to the blue line. Here's Yoki Haru. Tees it up. Oh, and a shot blocked by Garland. It went down in front of Tage Thompson. Here's Suter in. Scores! He's got 8. Pius Suter gives the Canucks a 3-1 lead.
For Holloway. And then Shen trying to make a play. And the former Flyer. For Holloway. Shoots. He scores! Holloway! Now Shen again. Shen waiting. In front. Kyrou right on rebound. Falk tips it. They score! Maybe Neighbors. I don't know. I don't care. It's tied. Unbelievable.
Joshua breaks things up. Suter pokes the puck forward. Canucks are 2-on-1. Suter with Sherwood. Pius Suter cutting in on the right. Suter shoots. He scores!
Working hard. Gets it ahead. Shen and Kyrou. And they come in. Shen to Kyrou. Wide open. And he scores! Kyrou got it in. The Blues 15 shots. 3 against. Holloway to Thomas. Back to Holloway. Right in. Rebound. And he scores! Holloway! Blues go to work again below the goal line. Holloway knocked down. In front. Kyrou. Turning. Shoots. He scores! Kyrou! A spinorama beauty. And how about that? Fox on the face-off against Scheifele. Net empty again. Blues get it. Robert Thomas for the empty net. And he scores! Thomas! Around for Neighbors, who has about 35 friends and family in attendance tonight. Thomas fakes the pass. Right in on goal. Shoots. He scores! Late on the power play. Jake Neighbors waiting. Sends it back for Parayko. Lanes back at full strength. Broberg to Thomas. Right in front. They score! Tipped in! Hands it back to Thomas. Here he comes. Fakes it. In on goal. And a save. Rebound. They score! Tipped in!
Garland after the puck in the corner. Comes up with it. Connor Garland makes a move behind the goal. Center Suter scores! In the near corner. Missed the puck. Fantilli's there in support. Is sent across. Pettersson. Nice pass. Suter looking for his second of the game. And he scores!
Broberg to the corner. Thomas in front. Holloway missed it. Parayko gets it. Shoots it. That's tipped wide. Center. They score! Right in front. Dylan Holloway back in Edmonton. That hard pass. Maybe surprised Buchnevich. Now Kyrou gets it again. Shoots. And he scores! Kyrou! And it's a 3-2 game. A power play goal. And that was too high. And now Buchnevich back for Parayko. Off the boards and out. And Thomas short-handed breakaway. Here he comes. Thomas shoots. He scores! At the line, Kyrou quickly across. Thomas comes in, waiting. Kyrou one-timer, and he scores! Kyrou with a one-timer, a power play goal. Here's a pass ahead for Holloway. Steams in on right wing to the net. Shoots, and he scores! He's done it! Hit by Cunnin. Jake Neighbors off the wall. Now for Suter, and back to Neighbors. He comes into the middle, shoots, he scores! Kept in. And a shot by Pio Joseph wide. Shen to the line. Here's Kessel. Shoots it. Rebound. Shen gets it. He scores! He'll leave it for Kyrou. Goal line Thomas back in front. Kyrou shoots. He scores! Kyrou on a great feed. Gets it back. Shot blocked. Now to Kyrou. Wide open. He scores! Kyrou, what a shot! And the Blues, just after the Stars. Buchnevich in front of Neighbors. Couldn't get it on his blade, now he does. Neighbors tight angle, Buchnevich shoots it, and he scores! Buchnevich! Toropchenko off the glass and out. Kyrou in a race there, wins it, gets it, in the clear, shoots, and he scores! Unbelievable play! And back in front. Cooley never got it. Thomas hops on it with Broberg, 2-on-1. Thomas comes in, waiting, shoots, he scores! Schenn. And back to Falk, in for Kyrou, shoots, and he scores! Kyrou! Well, the gamble pays off with 9:32 to go. Now pressure by St. Louis. Here's Neighbors down the wall. In front, Fowler. Lost it. Backdoor, they score! Buchnevich on a great pass! And that was Rodriguez. And the Blues come back. Here's Bolduc around now for Texier right in front. Backhander, they score! Sundqvist, what a backhander! And now Fowler for Kyrou at the line. Then Holloway shoots, and he scores! Holloway with a blast from the deep slot.
Obviously the Blues and the Blackhawks as well.
Here comes Texier with Parayko, and a shot, and he scores! Texier right off the goalpost and in, 18 seconds in. Across to his partner Parayko, shoots it wide, tipped by Schenn in front, Holloway shoots, and he scores! Holloway again, his second tonight. Empty net, Blues get it, and Parayko shoots it for the empty net. Holloway gets it, and he scores the hat trick! And now it's Broberg for the Blues. On to center, picked off by Nyquist. Stolen now by Robert Thomas. The man fell down. Thomas shoots. He scores! Walker saves Saros. Holloway to the line to Fowler. And he drifts in deep. In the slot. Kyrou turns, shoots. He scores! Now Thomas back to the goal. Gets some support from Holloway. Nice play back for Fowler. Wine shoots. He scores! Fowler! Stick there by the Blues. Justin Falk. Here comes Bolduc. Shoots it wide off the boards. Broberg gets it, shoots. He scores! Broberg! What a play! Now settled by Fowler on for Kyrou. On this 4-on-3 power play. Good movement here. Thomas comes in, shoots. He scores! Scramble draw cleaned up by Parayko. Off the boards. And that goes off the boards right in the net! How about that big shot? So we go 4-on-4. Parayko gets it, shoots it. Rebound, and they score! Schenn knocks in the rebound, and the captain has cut the lead to 2-1. Walker, Toropchenko in front, and near the goal. Then Parayko, a shot, rebound. They score! Nathan Walker, the little guy with a big goal.
Cooperating right now. It's an unbelievable sight here at Wrigley.
We're doing okay so far, Boosh. Score! On the power play, it is 1,000th game. Cam Fowler. Justin Falk is on it for St. Louis. Pass across, score! Kyrou! Another power play goal!
He really liked it, and I would agree here at ice level, you guys are here as well. The pace has been pretty good.
Shot by Falk, he scores! Now Falk. Here's Schenn, the Blues captain. Back out for Falk with a shot. Off the post, they score!
Oh, what a hit there. Jones on Neighbors. Or excuse me, on Walker.
Score!
From skate to stick.
There's Toropchenko, tied up behind the net by Vlasic. Puck comes back to the right circle. And they score! It is now 6-2. Texier.
Missed by a mile, Shabbat. That's blocked. Now they head to Schenn. He's got a break up the middle. Schenn in on goal. He scores! The captain on the backhand. 45 to go in the power play. Comes in front. They score! Kyrou! A power play goal for Jordan Kyrou. A couple of jackets there, including Olivier, held in Tucker. To the middle now for Kyrou. That shot blocked. Another shot. They score on the rebound. Fowler gets it. And now Texier grabs it. In front, Buchnevich. For Parayko, shoots. He scores! What a rocket by Parayko. Now in front, Kyrou leaves it. Fowler gets it, shoots it, rebound, Schenn, and it's in, I believe. Yes, it is. The Blues have scored a goal with 3:44 to go.
Pass just a little bit out of the wheelhouse for Brayden Schenn. Otherwise, I think that's in the back of the net.
Now the Blues in front, Buchnevich shoots, he scores! Buchnevich! So the first power play of the game goes to the Blues. As they win the draw, back for Justin Falk. Now for Kyrou, shoots, he scores! Kyrou! Off the turnbuckle, and the Blues get the puck free. Now Tucker, long pass to Bolduc. drops it. Sundqvist in front. Neighbor shoots. He scores! What passing there? In skates. Now Saad gets it. And that was blocked. Suter in front. Thomas shoots. And he scores! Robert Thomas. Spinorama goal. Into the zone for Saad. 2-on-1. Saad a shot. And a save by Dostal. Great chance there. Thomas shot. They score! Here comes Zach Bolduc. He'll lob one low for Sundqvist. Fights off a check. Now Sundqvist back. Tucker gets it. Shoots. He scores! And then Schenn breaks it up at center ice. And Kyrou hops on it. Back in the zone in front. Fowler backhand rebound. They score! Kyrou! And a shot by Kyrou. Save. Holloway after the rebound. Now Kyrou gets it again. And he waits for Holloway right in front. Shoots. He scores!
Oh, absolutely. Those are two guys where I was used to say, you take inventory of who's on the ice against you.
Here's Robert Thomas, backhander rebound, and he scores! He'll rim it around. And now Saad trying to bust to the middle. Leaves it, Buchnevich, right in front, shoots, and he scores! Now Buchnevich for Falk. Bolduc again, rebound, and they score! Parayko the rebound, but only 10 seconds left. Kyrou comes along. Push to the line. Parayko walks in, lets it go. Fowler the rebound, on goal. Another shot by Parayko. He scores!
Matias Maccelli out high. Kesselring shoots and a stop. Montembeault. Rebound goes in! And Nick Bjugstad will get credited for the goal.
In Tuesday's game, I expect more of the same tonight.
It's going to be a rugby match, basically, out there. And big ball on defense. He's a big guy.
Here's a shot. They score, Schenn!
It's amazing to me the speed with which these guys play.
And the shot by Parayko. How about that bomb by Parayko, Chip? And kept in by Tucker with a good stick. Kyrou for Holloway, right in front. He draws a minor. Now Kyrou shoots. He scores! $500 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for every goal scored. Granting the wishes of Critical Children, and Schenn grants the wishes with a tip-in power play goal. And the shots are 3-1 early on for Utah. On the faceoff, Sundqvist gets it, and a shot by Tucker. He scores! Right off the faceoff, Tyler Tucker leaves it for Schenn. Back to Holloway. In on goal, backhander, rebound, they score! Jake Neighbors gets the rebound, and a power play goal.
The nachos here are excellent.
Yes, I heard they're good. Lots of Blues fans on hand. Holloway for Schenn, shoots, and he scores! Schenn! Played by Theodore. Walker again, comes in front. Played back to Broberg. Lets it go, rebound, they score! Nathan Walker gets the rebound. Around for Thomas. Now Robert Thomas looks around. Plays it back for Neighbors. He attacks the net, shoots, and he scores! Neighbors! Puts it back to Fowler. He walks the line. Slap pass, Kyrou back for Fowler. Winds, shoots, he scores! Fowler! And he does get it out. And now grabbed by the Calgary native. Holloway hits the line, leaves it for Kyrou. He comes in, shoots, and he scores! Kyrou! Schenn under pressure. Back to Falk. And now Buchnevich. A shot. Rebound. They score! I think Thomas knocked in the rebound. And back to the line now for Falk. He waits. Holloway shoots. He scores! What a shot by Holloway.
Blues come forward through center. Holloway rejected by Myers. He'll spring it in. Here's Suter with a shot. He scores!
Joseph gets it off the wall. In for Parayko. Right in front, they score! Tipped, I think, by Toropchenko.
Miller wins the puck to the side. Tips it back to the forward, who helps it along to the near boards. Onto it is Hughes Suter for the empty net. He scores! Suter!
Kept in by Parayko. And now the Blues go to work. Toropchenko right in front. Texier with it. Shoots. He scores! Texier! At the line, Fowler. Tip low for Buchnevich. Thomas grabs it in front. They score! Kyrou!
Here's Kiefer Sherwood, who's back in the Vancouver lineup after missing some time. Sherwood feeds the puck to the blue line. Elias Pettersson, low shot, tipped in! Hughes Suter!
Neighbors touched up, Holloway right back in, drops it for Falk, midpoint, on the back pedal, Holloway pumps, moves in with a shot, ricochet to the right, they score! Parayko chipped it back for Buchnevich. Now Thomas, dancing down the wall, backdoor, score!
Newhook, using his speed, cutting in. He'll stop in the corner. Up for Mailloux. Mailloux in, wrist shot, score! Logan Mailloux, welcome back to the NHL as he buries one.
Now back for Fowler. On the wall, down low for Bolduc. Hard pass settled by Thomas. He scores! Thomas! The captain leaves it for Joseph. Back for Broberg and a shot, and he scores! Broberg!
The cuff of the goalie's glove and into the net.
And the goal at 140 makes it 2-1. That's kept in. Walker right in, shoots. He scores! Settled by Shen. On with Holloway and Joseph. And then a giveaway by Jones. Blue center. Joseph shoots. He scores! And now Thomas. Shouldered by Jones. Right back to Thomas. To the back for Fowler. Shoots it. He scores! Now Thomas gets it again. Then around back. Looks in front. Finds Broberg. Right on goal. Rebound. They score! They had the best chance for the Blues early on. And now Thomas. 2-on-1 with Neighbors. Thomas right in. Shoots. And he scores! Robert Thomas. What a shot! Here comes Pavel Buchnevich. He races in. Chip play in front. That goes wide. Thomas wraparound. And he scores! Thomas under pressure. Great pass, Buchnevich. Wide open. Shoots. He scores! Buchnevich! Power play goal! And Dylan Holloway working down low. In front. Wraparound right to the goal crease. Shen was there. Now Kyrou. And a blast block. Rebound. They score! Shen comes around for Neighbors. Nice feed for Thomas. In with Buchnevich. Dropped off. Buchnevich gets it. In front, Parayko gets it, and he scores! To the middle, nice play. Here comes Kyrou, 15 left in the period. In for Falk, to Holloway, he scores! Now the Blues off the face-off, Kyrou comes in, shoots, and he scores! Kyrou! What a play, what a shot! 1-0 St. Louis. Blues did not have a power play in Sunday's win against the Avalanche. Buchnevich, goal line in front. Sundqvist shoots, he scores! Now the Blues on it, 3-on-2 back in, led by Neighbors. Here's Neighbors in front to Thomas, and he scores! He got his own rebound. DeCourt is arguing. Another odd man break. In front to Shen. Fumbles it a bit. Now Shen centers it. Intended for Holloway. Settled by Fowler. Shoots, and he scores! For Buchnevich, to Parayko, to Fowler, wide open, right in front. They score! What passing! And Jake Neighbors buries it for Joseph. And that shot was blocked by Sandin. Now Joseph again. Right to Broberg, and he scores! What a play! And Broberg hoisted out for Neighbors. Nice pass. Broberg, he's got a break in on goal. Broberg, backhander, and he scores! Broberg again, his second tonight. What a play! And there's Leddy again for St. Louis. Now in the slot for Holloway. Shen to the line for Suter. Now Ryan Suter shoots it, and they score! Tipped in by Holloway. And that's kept alive by Fowler. And now Thomas in front, Buchnevich. And a great save. Great chance. Puck loose there. Parayko gets it. He scores! And that's cleared off the linesman. That's a break for the Blues. Neighbors at the empty net, and he scores! Jake Neighbors in the empty net with 1:55 to go.
Brock Boeser across. Myers takes it wide. Tyler Myers round behind the net. Now sends one to the crease. Suter scores!
And Parayko with the Blues' best chance. Now Holloway to Kyrou. Parayko shoots. He scores! Parayko! To the middle, chopped at. Puck loose, Thomas gets it. Net is empty. Blues try to get it. They do, and Buchnevich bangs it in. He was headed back to the goal. I think he just got tripped up there on his skates. Holloway comes in, shoots, and he scores! Holloway!
Put it behind the net, so Larson was able to recover and take it away. Vince Dunn Up the middle, gave it away, they score! Pius Suter ripped it home. A career high for him with his 16th goal.
Schenn, he's forced out by Esa Lindell. Brayden Schenn will stay with it. Thread a pass. Holloway with a shot. He scores! Now here's Nathan Walker. A lead pass. Toropchenko sticked. Put up by Unger. They score! Sneaking in was Nathan Walker.
He's got such great skating ability that affords him a chance to play good defense.
Here's a break for the Blues. Neighbors and Buchnevich. Buchnevich to Neighbors. He scores! Neighbors with a backhander. Good play down low now for Buchnevich. In front, Thomas gets it, and he scores! Thomas! What a shot! Leddy, he'll play with Fowler tonight. Taking the spot of Parayko on this top pairing. Now Leddy ahead. Toropchenko gets it, shoots, he scores! Defended well by Lacombe, and the puck down to the corner. Kyrou centers, Holloway with it. To Schenn wide open, and he scores! Knocked down by Zegras. And the puck comes free, the Blues escape. Empty net for Schenn. Waiting, shoots, he scores!
Puts it to the slot. And then another shot is blocked as well. That one scores! Suter finds the top corner.
Now a pass to the middle for Falk. One-timer, they score! Holloway from the right circle. Suter back of the Blues goal, around for Toropchenko. Skates by Malkin. Right up the middle, in on goal. Shoots, he scores! What a brilliant goal! Instead for Toropchenko, back for Fowler. Long wrist shot, rebound, they score! In front, Schenn gets the rebound. Now Robert Thomas steps in on the draw. 55% on the year, wins it back. Tucker, in front, Thomas, a shot, rebound, and they score! Jake Neighbors gets the rebound. Who plays like he's 6'5". Blues off the faceoff, Schenn. Right in front, Holloway, another shot, they score! Kyrou comes in! And now Holloway, quick up pass for Kyrou. Chips it by Chisholm, here he comes, Kyrou. Wrap around, and he scores! What a play! And misses on the short side. Kyrou, by the way, with 4 career hat tricks. Gets a chance for another one, and he will get the hat trick!
And again, the Canucks, for the third time, lead this game by 3. They're in again. Garland, Suter scores!
In the deep slot, and now the Blues, the center, and Dylan Holloway. In with Schenn, Holloway right in front to Schenn. A shot, he scores! A great start, the goal by Schenn. And now Cam Fowler, the longtime Duck, in for Neighbors. Here's Neighbors right in front, and they score! As the Blues get set up. And then Kyrou to the line again, knocked down by Falk. Holloway wide shoots, and he scores! Holloway! And that is Sundqvist on the ice. Gets it ahead for Joseph, and a break for the Blues. Short-handed, Joseph comes in, right in shoots, he scores! Joseph! Falk down for Schenn. Blues get set up on the power play. Here's Neighbors, shoots, he scores! Neighbors on a great feed from Kyrou. Deals it across down for Thomas. And Sundqvist and Thomas. Thomas gets it again. Shoots it right on rebound. Bolduc. A shot. He scores! Sundqvist. In front. Here's Neighbors getting free. Holloway again. For Falk. Shoots. And he scores! What a bomb by Falk. Here comes Pavel Buchnevich. What a pass to center. Falk and Thomas in front. Neighbors wide open. He scores! Neighbors, what a play! And Kyrou on for Fowler. 3-on-3. Drop pass to Kyrou to the middle. Little button hook, then a shot. He scores! Kyrou! Here's a 2-on-1 for the Blues. Right off the faceoff. Holloway and Kyrou. Holloway right into Kyrou. And he scores! What a play! Another goal off the rush.
But when his feet move, now he can make proactive plays. He did it a couple of times.
They got another one. Pius Suter.
Wow.
Kept in by Connor. Scheifele tried to center. Suter intercepts. He goes for the empty net. And he's got it.
Into training camp, and with Demko's injuries, the Canucks signed him to a 1-year deal.
Big block
as Tucker plays offense and defense. Kyrou with speed. Kyrou across. Dylan Holloway. And now here comes St. Louis. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Shen. Broberg. Broberg.
Gets it from Fowler. In front, Kyrou. Shoots it right on goal. Rebound. Holloway. Centers it. Tipped out of midair. Thomas out of midair. He scores! What a goal by Thomas! Knocked down at center by Fowler. Moved back in. Walker for Faksa. Has a man in front. Then a shot. And he scored! Toropchenko! And now for Falk. Nice pass. Toropchenko. He comes in. 2-on-1. To the middle. A shot. They score! Walker! Who else? That puck is turned over. The Blues on it. Here comes Neighbors. 3 Preds are back. Great pass to Thomas. Leaves it. Kyrou shoots. He scores! Kyrou! To Bolduc. Under pressure. Now Texier trying to center one. Settled by Dvorsky. To the middle. Across. Thomas. They score! Texier! Intercepted by Thomas. Blues get out. Here comes Neighbors. For Falk. Up the middle. Right in on goal. Shoots. He scores! Falk! Big, big goal by Falk. Tipped by O'Reilly and a save by Binnington, who's lost his goal stick. Blues get it. Oh, Holloway to center for Shen with an empty net, and he scores!
You know, and so that confusion he creates, it's nonstop.
A shot, they score! Beautiful setup. Right off the faceoff. Hughes Suter gets a beautiful pass.
Boards. Quinn Hughes is there. Some time and space away from Myers. Hughes lets it go. Shot to the net. Loose puck. They score.
And pressure again by the Blues. Back for Broberg. On the interchange with Kyrou. Waiting. Shoots it. And he scores. Kyrou. Rolls it back of the goal. Robert Thomas there. Stole it from Dvorak. Now Thomas. Back to Broberg. Shoots. They score! Broberg! Hofer was teammates of Montembeault in the World Championships a couple of years ago. They were actually roommates and good friends now. As Thomas gets it, shoots, and he scores! And then Joseph trying to find some open ice. For Fowler to the middle. Shoots it. Tip. Rebound. They score! Texier! Blues get out easily. Neighbors, numbers at center. Broberg gets it. He comes in. A shot, and he scores! Broberg! As McCarron takes a man down, Robert Thomas grabs a loose puck. And now Thomas finds Holloway, shoots, and he scores! Holloway! Good zone time for the Blues here. Now Shen to the line. Neighbors gets it. Into Fowler, right in. Shoots, he scores! Fowler! So it's 2-2. Blues win the faceoff. Leddy. Now Holloway around back for Thomas. In front of Kyrou there. Now Holloway shoots. He scores! Holloway! Stopped by Blackwood. And now Thomas to the line. Suter lets it go. Save rebound. Buchnevich. He scores! Buchnevich!
Swoops back for the puck. Myers. To the middle. Chance. Score! Hughes Suter keeps the hot streak alive.
Onto the side for Holloway. 30 left. Here's Fowler. Right in front. They score! Kyrou! Sider comes in. Checked on the wall. Blues get it. Free Thomas and Fowler. Thomas to Fowler in the clear. Backhander. He scores! I'm not joking. The Blues have won again. 10 in a row. Here's Broberg to the line. And now for Neighbors in front. Wide open. Thomas. They score! Neighbors from Thomas. Penguins turn it over. Here comes Buchnevich in around Hayes. In on goal, Buchnevich. He scores! What a brilliant backhand goal! Now it's knocked away, but Fowler in the proper position. Hoisted high. Kyrou gets it. In the clear. Shoots. He scores! Sundqvist again now forced Snuggerud ahead. Here's Neighbors to Snuggerud. They come in to the front. They score! Neighbors set up by Snuggerud. Thomas, goal line, lost it, gets it back. And Kyrou to the middle. Quick pass to Thomas, shoots, and he scores! Thomas! And now Neighbors to the corner. Schenn pinned, but Thomas there, right in front, backhander. They score! Jake Neighbors has made it 2-0 St. Louis. In front, and he can't get a shot. And now Snuggerud wins a puck battle in front. Buchnevich, backhander. He scores! Buchnevich! And 40 seconds left. And McKinnon to Lehkonen. To the middle. Thomas blocks it for the empty net. He scores!
And now Connor. And a shot towards the front, denied. Bjugstad towards the empty net. It's in! Nick Bjugstad!
And then Broberg in for the point. Gets it back to the goal for Thomas. Buchnevich shoots, and he scores! Buchnevich from Thomas.
Hughes, Hronek, down for Garland. Doesn't shoot it, puts it in front. They score! Pius-Suter, don't go away just yet. Comes free. Boeser, back to Garland. Connor Garland to Quinn Hughes. 10 seconds left. His shot. Oh, Hronek dismissed at the center. They score! Pius-Suter's got another one. Can you believe this? The Canucks 3 straight goals in the final minute, and the game is tied at 5.
Connor McDavid with 2 assists in his return from injury. Here's the centering pass. Score! Kyrou! Buchnevich back to Kyrou. He'll take it wide. Jordan Kyrou cycling. Thomas back to Kyrou. Stopped in front by Pickett. They score! Pavel Buchnevich.
Kerfoot. So tough to see the game streak end at 4:22 the other night. The goal! Oh, Nick Bjugstad!
And that's a break for the Blues. Now Parayko back in. Thomas to Parayko. Parayko backhander, and he scores! Parayko!
Play right through the man, as Nick DeSimone did beautifully there.
Bjugstad, he scores! Nick Bjugstad through traffic.
In the deep slot. Long wrist shot blocked by Parayko. Shovel to hit Snuggerud. He's got a breakaway. Looking for his first goal. Rebound. They score! And that's given away. Fowler at the line now for Thomas. To Buchnevich. To Neighbors in front. Neighbors. They score! Buchnevich! What a play! And the Blues have to hustle to get it. And Jake Neighbors gets by Cole to Sundqvist. To Schenn right in. A shot. They score! Kyrou! And he drifts below the goal line. Now plays it back for Fowler. To Twarchenko. Shoots it. Rebound. They score! Kyrou is second tonight.
Sends the puck to the corner on the backhand. Hoglander after it there. Onto it is Garland. Turning. Shooting. Stop. Suter scores on the rebound.
First goal in game 82 against Utah. And now Buchnevich on the wall. Good keep in by Fowler in front for Thomas. Shoots, and he scores! Thomas, a power play goal. Swings it back to Falk. Fires it, and a pad save by Hellebuyck. And now Bolduc comes in front. Sundqvist scores! The power play, they dump it in. Neighbors to the line now for Falk. And across, Kyrou comes in. Shoots, and he scores! What a shot by Kyrou, a power play goal. Pionk. And kept in by Parayko. Centered by Buchnevich. No one home there for the Blues. Now Fowler. Right on. Rebound. They score. Buchnevich. Boots it in. 1-0 St. Louis. Now Bolduc again. For Fowler. Comes in. To Thomas. Thought about one time in it. They score. Buchnevich again. What a tip. And now Parayko off the boards. On for Buchnevich. Handed on to Thomas. To Fowler right in. Shoots. He scores. Fowler, his third point. Barron gets the secondary assist on that goal. It's 3-1. Hellebuyck lost it in front. They score! Hat trick for Buchnevich. And now Thomas there. Kept in by Fowler. He works in for Kyrou right in. Shoots. He scores! What a rocket! Another power play goal. Winnipeg Jet goal. And a hit by Foxa. Puck turned over. Jake Neighbors gets it. In front. They score!
Or another player, then that's what they're kind of trying to do.
Blues 2 for 5. Parayko shoots. He scores! Another power play goal. Pops back to Parayko. For Fowler. And his pass blocked. Parayko gets it. Shoots. He scores! Maybe Neighbors. I don't know. I don't care. Cleaned up by DeMello. Kept in by Leddy. Texier one-hands it back. Leddy to Tucker. Shoots. He scores! What a rocket by Tucker! Lowry is out. Parayko comes in. Pass in front. He scores! Brayden Schenn finds it and buries it. Grabbed by Kyrou to Schenn. A shot! And that goes wide. It fluttered a bit. And then Neighbors to Falk. Shoots. He scores! Falk! Morrissey at the line. Couldn't hold it in. Now Buchnevich for Sundqvist. To Thomas. In on goal. Shot. He scored! It's 5-1. And this place is lit. Toropchenko. Right in a shot. And that missed. Toropchenko again. Parayko. Shoots. They score! Tipped in by Walker. And Thomas hops on it. Into the zone. Thomas for Snuggerud. Right in. Shoots. He scores! Snuggerud right on the ice. As the Blues dump it in. In front, Foxa. Rebound. And Walker scores his second goal tonight.
Very choppy at this point. Neither team really establishing much. We'll see if the Blues can kind of get something going here.
Now Thomas to Broberg. Shoots. He scores! Well, he got something going there. A Broberg. And Broberg charges after it. Here he comes. Broberg trying to make a play in front. Walker. He scores! Walker! Third of the series.
They just open up a whole new avenue of offense for the team.
Falk gets the secondary assist. Now the Blues again attacking. Schenn kicks. He scores! Schenn rips it in by Hellebuyck. Hellebuyck in front of Walker. A shot. And a stop by Hellebuyck. Parayko now to Fowler. Fowler gets it. Shoots. He scores! Fowler! 4-1 St. Louis. Blues one shot on the power play. Kept in by Foxa. In front. Toropchenko shoots. He scores! Toropchenko! Good move. Runs into DeMello. Now centered. Kyrou with it. To Parayko. Back to Kyrou. And he scores! Kyrou! 1-10 in. How about that start for the Blues? By Josh Morrissey, who steps up. And then Connor lost it to Joseph. He comes in. Matthew Joseph shoots. And he scores! Matthew Joseph! And the Blues have taken a 2-0 lead. His first ever Stanley Cup playoff goal.